You're in class. The teacher asks a question, and before you even understand what's happening, someone raises their hand, answers perfectly, and everyone looks at them like they're the genius of the room. Meanwhile, you're still processing the question, and you wonder, are some people just born smarter? Why do some students seem to understand everything so fast? Am I just not one of the smart ones? Maybe you study but forget things during exams. Maybe you understand at home, but in class your mind goes blank. Maybe you've convinced yourself. Smart students are just different. But here's the truth most schools never explain. Being the smartest in class is rarely about raw intelligence. It's about how you use your brain. And today, I want to give you a new perspective, a scientific, practical, human approach to becoming one of the smartest students in your class without needing a higher IQ, without studying 10 hours a day, and without burning out. Let's break this down together. Reframing the idea of smart. Here's the first big revelation. The smartest students aren't always the ones with the highest intelligence. They're usually the ones who know how to learn efficiently, know how to remember information, know how to focus, know how to explain ideas clearly, know how to study strategically. In psychology, intelligence isn't just one thing. Researchers talk about working memory, processing speed, attention control, pattern recognition, knowledge accumulation, problem-solving strategies. And the good news? Most of these skills can be trained. Your brain is not fixed. It changes with use. This is called neuroplasticity. Your brain rewires itself based on how you practice and learn. So the goal isn't to become a genius. The goal is to become efficient with your brain. Explanation of the mechanism, how learning actually works. Let's simplify the science. Your brain works like a path in a forest. The first time you learn something, it's like walking through tall grass. Hard, slow, confusing. But each time you review or use the idea, the path becomes clearer. Walk it enough times and it becomes a road. Smart students don't magically understand everything. They just walk the path more often and in smarter ways. 3 key brain mechanisms matter here. 1. Active recall. Your brain remembers information better when you pull information out, not when you just reread it. Reading notes feels productive, but testing yourself builds memory. 2. Spaced repetition. Memory fades unless reviewed. Smart learners review information over time, not just the night before exams. 3. Deep understanding. Memorizing is fragile. Understanding creates connections, and connections make memory stronger. So intelligence in class is often not talent, not luck, but learning strategy. Practical strategies. Become one of the smartest students. Now let's make this practical. Here are tools you can start using this week. Tool 1. Learn before class. This is a secret many top students use. If you preview the topic before class, even for 10 minutes, your brain already recognizes the material. Then class becomes review, not confusion. Suddenly, lessons feel easier. Questions make sense faster. You can answer quicker. Because your brain says, oh, I've seen this before. Even watching a short YouTube explanation helps. Tool 2. Become the student who explains. Here's a superpower. Teaching others makes you smarter. When you explain something, your brain must organize the information clearly, and gaps become visible. Try this. Explain lessons to a friend, help classmates study, teach imaginary students at home. If you can teach it, you understand it. Smart students often become informal teachers. Tool 3. Study with questions, not notes. Instead of rereading notes, turn them into questions. Example, instead of photosynthesis converts light into energy, ask, what is photosynthesis? How does it work? Why is it important? Then answer from memory. Your brain grows through effort, not passive reading. Tool 4. Build focus like a muscle. Focus isn't personality, it's training. Start with 25 minutes focused study. 5 minutes break. This is called the Pomodoro technique. Put your phone away, seriously. Every notification steals brain energy. Deep focus equals faster learning. Tool 5. Sleep equals intelligence booster. Many students sacrifice sleep to study. Big mistake. Sleep is when memory moves from short-term to long-term storage. Bad sleep equals bad memory, slow thinking, low attention. Want to look smarter? Sleep 7 to 9 hours consistently. Tool 6. Ask better questions in class. Smart students don't pretend to understand. They ask questions. But here's the trick. Ask specific questions. Instead of, I don't get it, try, can you explain why step 2 works? Teachers remember curious students, and curiosity builds intelligence. Tool 7. Train working memory. Working memory is like mental RAM. You use it when solving problems. Ways to train it: mental math, learning languages, playing instruments, logic puzzles, memory games. These strengthen mental flexibility. Important warnings and differences. Now let's be real. Not everyone learns the same way. ADHD. If you have ADHD, focusing can feel like fighting your own brain. Strategies help, but medication, therapy, or specialized techniques may also be necessary. Anxiety. Fear of looking dumb blocks performance. Sometimes students know the answer, but panic stops them. Confidence training matters. High sensitivity or overthinking. Some intelligent students overthink and hesitate. Meanwhile, confident students answer quickly, even if partially wrong. Speed sometimes beats perfection, so know yourself. Adjust strategies to your brain. Psychological support. A message you need to hear. Listen carefully. Struggling in class does not mean you're dumb. It often means you never learned how to learn. No one taught you study strategies. You compare your inside to others outside. Smart students aren't superheroes. They're humans with systems, and systems can be learned. Also remember, grades measure performance in a system. They don't measure your potential. Some of the smartest people struggled in school because their intelligence didn't match the classroom format. So instead of asking, am I smart enough? Ask, what skills can I improve? That question changes everything. To become one of the smartest in class, preview lessons before class. Explain concepts to others. Study with questions. Train deep focus. Sleep well. Ask better questions. Train working memory. But the biggest shift is this. Smart isn't something you are. Smart is something you build. Little habits, repeated daily, small improvements, and one day you realize you're the one answering questions first. You're the one helping classmates. You're the one others call smart, not because you were born different, but because you learned differently.